So I didn't have to. I had the option.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my old department, um, gentleman got sick, sent home. The boss of that department had a lot going on, so they asked me if I would go over and help him. I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. It was a good day. We got along, we joked, we laughed. It was a good day today.
Yeah.
But the adjustments had to take place in order for that to happen. I actually fit in better. I talk to people at work now. I fit in better with people now. Um, so just adjustments had to be made. But we have to allow that
Mm-hmm.
and give ourselves that chance of that change, not be afraid of it. Just say, okay, yeah, let's try this. And we're going to be getting a lot of that. And we're going to be getting a lot of new information in the very near future, whether we want it or not. Let me read something real quick and then I'll turn it over to you too. Slosh Soul Astrology. Love this page. It's on Facebook. As Mercury is leading the pack in Aquarius right now, coming into the square with Uranus, expected unexpected
Um,
information is going to be flying everywhere. The Epstein files. I'm just going to say it. Epstein files are a perfect example of it, but that's just a macro scale example. Something
mhm.
important to consider is that the moon is still in Leo, bold expression, and is about to go through Virgo, critical analysis. See that? Um,
Yep.
Two more paragraphs. Virgo is eighth house, merging transformation to Aquarius. So it would be wise not to take a huge stance on anything, at least until the moon is in Libra, after everything is analyzed thoroughly. Virgo and balanced in Libra. Libra is ninth house to Aquarius. So the relationship between them is what gives the more broad understanding of knowledge through balance. Even after that, by the time the moon reaches Scorpio, Scorpio, Mercury will still be in Pisces, and we're going to be in a mental washing machine. This is all part of why I keep saying nothing is really going to be too clear until after we hit Aries season and the sun is past Saturn and Neptune. We have a whole mutable eclipse cycle and Mercury RX at the end of this month. Shit is going to get super weird, so try to have some patience. Okay. And
The P
that
word.
that actually hit the last couple of days,
Mm-hmm.
um, because I was informed that my name um, was being placed in people's mouths and ears. Not going to go into details.
Really?
Yes,
That's funny. Funny that. Okay. Same thing here. Funny that.
small town, local. Everybody's in everybody's business.
Of course.
But my main point here: my business is my business. Jan, your business
Mm-hmm.
is your business, and Renee, your business is your business. If
Mm-hmm.
we choose to put our business out there, we choose to. If we don't, and you are curious about what I'm up to in my life, knock on my door,
Ask.
call me, message me, and ask me. Do
Go
not
to the horse's
assume
mouth. Go to the horse's
anything.
mouth.
Okay? Do not assume anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you do that, and then you utter my name out of your mouth to other people saying, I'm doing this or I'm doing that when I'm not, kind of pisses me off. I'm not going to make a big deal about it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to let it go. I'm going to put her down. But if anybody wants to know what's going on in my life, ask me. I will tell you. Point blank, blunt. This is the truth. This is my honest answer to your question. Whether you like it or not, that ain't my problem. That's your problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So I needed to get that out there in a way, not giving any details,
Mm-hmm.
not spilling the tea or getting the receipts out, as the kids say now. But you want to know what's in my business? Ask me. If I say it's my business, that means I
My
don't want it.
business.
It's
My
my
business.
business.
Mhm.
If I feel you deserve an explanation, I'll give you an explanation. And with that dump, there's 3 million pages of the Epstein files. 3 million. So no wonder why it took so long. I kept saying, no, be patient. It's gonna come. Be patient. I'd be like, no, they ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it. Well, guess what? They did it. And there's some damning information in there. And it's gonna take a while to prosecute because you got to build a case first. You got to build a case first. You got to have evidence. You got to have proof. And like that post said, be patient. Okay, here's this information, but do we understand what's actually in it right now? Do we understand the consequences that are going to happen down the road after eclipse season? Okay, let's all be patient. And if you want to know, wait for it.
Yeah,
It'll come out. It'll come out.
exactly.
Am I like in a lane, or am I crossing the white line?
No, you're in a lane. You're in a lane.
There's a lot of information, and it's going to be slow to release because of the amount of information that is out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can't just
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
you, how do I want to put this? It's like, okay, I'll use my case for example. All right, Keith, that
Yeah,
was a lot of information, right? And you had to sort through everything, and you had to make pieces and ends of what was really what's going on, how it applies.
yeah.
It was 40 some years of information I dumped into your lap, right? So it takes a while to go through 40 years worth of information and to pinpoint and to nail and to do the XYZ, right?
I was
So
overwhelmed
with it's
at
kind of
that
like
at
the Epstein
first.
files.
Just saying.
Huh?
I was overwhelmed when we first started talking about your case. Just saying. Um, I was like, can I do this? Can I handle this? Yeah, yeah, I can. Let's do it.
Right.
And we did it.
And that's kind of like the Epstein files, right? How many years of information, how many people, how many hands, how many this, how many that, and you can apply that to your life as well. You have so much going on, you have so much coming in. You need to sometimes just take it piece by piece,
Yes.
analyze it slowly,
Mm-hmm.
figure it out slowly. And then when the time comes, everything will line up and fall into place,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that 2026 is going to be that. I think that's why January was so long. January was packing all that information,
Adjusted.
what's going to happen, and then release. Everybody was having dreams.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Nobody was sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Last night was the first night I laid my head down. I slept without waking up at midnight, without waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning,
3, 4.
without waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning. 5 o'clock this morning, and I went like I didn't dream. Everything it was just this calm, and I was like, "Hello, February."
Yeah.
Like
I'm used to waking up,
I
here,
don't know.
here, and here. And I woke up at 4:30, right before my alarms were set for, and I thought I was late. I mean that it hit. I'm like, wait, it's time to get up. Okay, but it was weird.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to see a lot of timeline changes, um, timeline jumps. A lot of people are going to be jumping frequencies, jumping into a new higher timeline that's better for them. And when that happens, people who are not at that level get left behind. And I listened to a post on TikTok today, and it blew my mind. I reposted it, but it was talking about what happens when the timeline jumps. When you grow your frequency and you jump into a new timeline that's better for your higher self, and people disappear. But sometimes you disappear.
Mm.
You disappear from their lives as well as, I mean, we may still be able to see them, what they're out, they're out there, what they're up to, but we just up and disappear. We're gone. They can't find us. And that is a universe expanding for us. And they continue to go along their current timeline as we go along ours.
Mhm.
But more and better things come into our new higher timeline. But since we jump that timeline, Spirit and the universe has to have time to adjust things in order to bring those better things into our life. And we have to release things. So sometimes that shadow work gets deep. Okay? It gets deep. You got to take a shovel and just start
Mhm.
digging them roots out. And sometimes you got to light them on fire and burn them out as you're digging the dirt out and just get rid of it. So that's just something to keep in mind. It's going to be, I think, an interesting February. We just have to be patient, wait for the information to come out, and we'll get it. We will get it this year. A lot of good things are going to come this year. I'm just going to put that out right now. Um, and a lot of good emotional things. I've got a lot of good political things, a lot of good financial things. Just be patient. Let it change. Let it change.
Just because you have to remember, because I'm gonna bring this all back to a lot of people I think have forgotten. Last year, 2025 was the year of the snake, and I was that's my sign, snake. Okay, was born in '77. I'm a snake. You have to remember snakes go through a metamorphosis. They change as well. They've got to shed their skin. And how do they shed it? They're on the ground. They try to find the roughest, toughest thing that you can possibly do to try and scratch that itch because you've got that itch. You've got it, you know what I mean? Because they're changing. They've grown. They've got to get out of their old skin and into their new, right? So what's happening is all 2025 is leading up to this because what have you done? You've changed like that snake. You've shed old skin, or whatever beliefs, patterns, metaphysical beliefs, spiritual beliefs, psychological beliefs, whatever it is, and you've changed. You should change because now you're going into 2026. And like I said, you've got your horse now because it's the fire horse. You may have scared the shit out of that horse because snakes don't like horses, right? And horses don't like snakes, and they will buck up. So you have that period of the reason why it felt so long was because we had to get out of that muck and that crap of 2025.
Right.
So am I
Well,
saying
Shed
2026
the old.
year? I'm not saying that because I can't foresee the whole year of the 12 months of what's going to happen until next year.
Right.
But we're on that horse. Now you've got to be patient because what do you need to do with that horse? You just can't jump on that horse. It's going to be,
So
you got to break
it's
that horse.
it's
You
the
got to
fire
make that
horse,
horse your
I have to get
own.
off my
right?
high horse.
Well, no, you can be
I
on
can't
your
get off
high
my high
horse,
horse.
but you have to be on your high horse, but you've got to break that horse or that horse is going to buck you off.
But it's the fire horse, correct?
I believe so.
Okay,
I can
kind of
double
like
check.
the phoenix. Kind of like the phoenix. 2025, we burned ourselves down, and let's set ourselves on fire and ride. Let's ride, Ghost Rider. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually the rooster. I was born in '69, so I'm a rooster. In that song, hey, they come to snuff the rooster, but he ain't gonna die.
Song,
It
that song's about his father actually and his Vietnam
is.
experience.
Yep, I watched that video. It was cool. It was cool.
And to even further it, last year, 2025, it was the year of the snake, but it was the year of the wood snake.
Wood
So
snake.
what? So it's the fire horse. So what? Get out of! Stop it! Oh, stop it!
Well, I was going to say, Keith is a rooster. I mean, He is a
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
cockadoodle.
Cockle-doo and everywhere. So I mean, so why not? Why not have that fire horse stomp on that snake
Yep.
and both catch? You know what I mean? And you catch that fire and you're off. But you still have to break that horse. You know what I mean? You still have to
Yeah.
whatever
And
you learned. You have to still implement because you
yeah.
broke whatever it was you needed to do so you could ride.
And when you're walking out in the woods and you find a snake skin,
Mm-hmm.
okay, no matter what the color of that snake is, that skin that it shed, it's just kind of a dull brownish gray. You can see through it. The color's gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Mhm.
it's dead. So that's what we were shedding
Yeah.
last year. Is that old skin that no longer serves us? That color, our color. Now we're coming in new vibrant colors
Mm-hmm.
and flames.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's get that phoenix going.
And it's gonna. You have to remember, and there's that adjustment period. Because technically, with the Chinese Lunar New Year calendar, it
17th.
really doesn't happen to like the 15th or the 17th, somewhere in that day, those days. So
Yep.
you're still gonna feel that January's dragon for a purpose
Yeah.
because it really hasn't kicked off yet. You'll trust me. You'll know. You'll feel it.
17th is when 17th hits. I think shit's gonna pick up. Not hit the fan. I think
Yeah.
it's gonna pick up. Go ahead, Jan.
Now you want to hear something funny? You say the 17th, right?
Mm-hmm.
The 18th is Ash Wednesday.
Is who?
Is it Ash?
Ash Wednesday.
Ash Wednesday. Yeah.
So you have the 17th, and then you have the beginning for us Catholics. That's
Okay.
Lent.
Yeah.
Okay.
For us, that's our refresh, right? Lent is when we try to shed our bad habits. We give up something. We grow closer, to Jesus, and we follow that, So it's all that change, right?
Mhm.
And then you have your 40 days of Lent, and it's kind of funny that we're sitting here talking about it because I looked at Jesse last night and I said, I really need to grow in my faith. I really need, I feel this urge. I feel this pull that I need to do this. So what are we doing? We're going to restart Bible in a year. We're going to restart catechism in a year.
Okay.
We're going to do all of this growing in our faith. And I don't know why I feel that push, but I have never felt that push like I am feeling now. Does
There's
that
a
make
reason.
sense? Like
Yeah.
this
There's
is a year for growth.
got to be a reason.
As Renee, they're nodding, understanding where I'm coming from
Oh,
with
yeah.
this.
I mean,
Like,
even though I'm a deconstructing Catholic, and I say that with love and respect, I still hold a lot of that to be true. That's just there's things that I'm like, and I kind of like the opposed to what I'm being told is really the truth, maybe because Easter's going to be April 5th this year, so Easter's coming.
Change.
It's not like the early, but it's not like in the middle,
right.
of
Easter this year is kind of interesting because Easter is going to be right after Pat's birthday, right before Dylan's birthday and Avelina's birthday this year. So I gave birth in Easter season, as we call it, 3 times. But
Fertility.
I don't know. Like you said, the number 5 is change, right?
Yeah.
And it's coming on the 5th. And I'm gonna. I don't.
Let it out. Or don't.
We have a lot of change around the world. Okay, we have a lot of persecutions that are going on.
Yeah, we do.
Of Catholics and Christians across the world, but especially Catholics by a certain other
things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
is
belief system. Because as a Catholic, I'm very much opposed to this belief system. And we have a lot of that going on here in this country. And I think there's going to be an awakening. I think that with Easter being on the 5th and everything with the year of the fire horse, there's a lot of signs out there. A lot of signs that people need to really open up their eyes and see.
yeah.
Because what's happening is not a good thing.
Let's take like say London as an example.
Renee's following.
The
Well, it's
the
because I had to go and look something up to go see, and it's like, yep, see, okay.
okay. I know the faith you're talking about. Is
Yeah.
um, London,
Cool.
Europe. Those cities are overtaken,
Hmm.
Hmm.
and that is one thing that these people of that faith
Hate us.
use in order to overtake a country. They move in, they marry the people of that country, they have children with the people of that country. Then those children and the people of that country become, okay, and they overtake without war. There's a word for it. I don't know. I can't remember what it is, but there's a word for it. And even one of their leaders did a video on this. This is how we are going to do this. This is 10, 20 years ago. And it's happening. And the people over there are finally starting to see that, yeah, this isn't a good thing. They are calling for Sharia in that country. They are arresting people for Facebook posts.
Hmm.
Okay.
It's
And they are talking about wanting to arrest people in other countries for our Facebook posts. How do you think that's going to go over? No, we're going to see a lot of change.
how is that
People are
going to
going to
happen?
say, no, this is not happening. But it's going to take a bit, and it's going to take a lot of patience because the media is going to play and spin this like a top. But just remember, eventually that top stops spinning and it stops.
I mean,
So,
and
go ahead.
who's to say the media doesn't change before all this? Because you have a lot of like volatility right now everywhere, not only in countries, but you have volunteer like of what's been released.
Yeah,
There's a lot of stills. There's a lot of hello. That's a lot of stuff to go through.
people
So
are freaking.
people are picking it, and that's the thing. That's what I've been telling everybody. People are going, they're skimming it, and they're pulling big names out, and they're going this one and this one and this one and this one. But you're not. But what was it?
Mhm. Yeah, what's the context of it?
Just wait. Just wait it out. I know people are anxious and they just want to hit it and just go and say, see, I told you so, and this and this and this and this and this and this. We just gotta let it go.
The
Right?
the the Bongino rule. Okay, when this story hits, give it a few days
Mm-hmm.
before you really hit it up.
Yeah.
Because in those few days, you're going to get more information and more of the truth out.
Mm-hmm.
Then, once you have your legitimate, provable information, then report on the story.
I mean, I was telling people at work, they're like, when do you think it'll be safe? And this is why I was sitting here like this laughing because I had to go look something up because I had talked to somebody today. And I said, I don't know, March 20th seems good. I don't know why March 20th seems good. I just Googled it. That's the first day of spring, and it's a Friday, March 20th.
320, add one, you got 420.
Well,
I
that
do
too.
not partake.
But you have March is the third month, 20th day,
Why not?
5.
3 and 2, 5,
Mm-hmm.
more change.
Yeah. So and I just like I said, oh,
My
320.
birthday is
Your birthday's what? March what?
March 1st.
3rd? Ah,
First of all, then
First.
my
three,
mother's the first
three.
one.
First.
Is the 8th.
First. First.
Oh, March 1st.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe things will shake out for spring equinox. I don't know. I just said to people, oh, 320. That sounds like a good time for everything to iron out.
Well, put a big just put a big smiley face on your calendar on that day.
Yeah.
Something good's going to happen that day.
Yeah.
Let's keep
You
track.
know, that's funny. It's fun. You say that, and actually, one of my dreams last month, I remember looking at the calendar, which I do almost every day because I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I
Mhm.
have to remember what day it is. Um,
Doctor's
but
appointment, dental appointment,
I
blah blah
look,
blah.
yeah, I was in my dream. I was going about my business, everything else, and I looked at my calendar, and it said I had the day marked 3/20, March 20th. That's interesting that you say that. That's and that's one of the things that really stuck out in my dream was that date.
I mean, sometimes I'm just given
We'll have to
days
see.
and months, and then I try to figure it out. You know what I mean? It just or given numbers, and then I go, oh well, maybe it's this, and then I wait and see if it happens. If it does, it does. If it doesn't, I don't get upset. I just
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, I've got my ghost app.
But
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say another thing with horses is horses don't lie.
No, if they like you,
Horses are
they like you.
truthful and loyal.
If they
They like
don't,
you.
we'll tell you.
Horses sniff out fear, and they'll kick you if and they'll snub you, right?
Yep.
So loyalty and truth, true colors, fires bring out what colors. You have
Mhm.
your different heat ratios, and the different colors with it.
Yellow,
I
orange,
just
blue.
I think that this is the year, it may be the year of truth and loyalty.
We need
I
more of that.
just
We need
we
more.
do.
I mean, could it be meaning going back to the way things were? Because I've had that dream for 6 months of literally, yeah, it's 2026, but we're doing stuff back how it was in 1977 or 1984. Funny how I say 1984.
You know,
Van Halen just popped in my head.
I here's the thing is I don't like with this year we have the AI push, right?
Mm.
Secretly, and not so secret now. I hope it fails. I hope AI fails. I hope that something happens and it goes down. I don't like AI. Huh?
I said that's the merit
I
badge.
don't.
Actually, he's working on AI merit badge and cyber. Those are his last two to finish up. So I think that's kind of funny that
Yeah,
we're talking about.
see, and AI is paying my bills right now. So I mean, but I don't have to like it, right?
Right.
I really don't. I don't like AI, and I hope the truth about AI comes out because AI,
Well,
I don't know.
even Elon Musk said, okay,
I
yeah,
don't like AI.
it can be a very important tool in the scientific community. But if you don't have an off switch, it can be a very dangerous thing. There
Dangerous
have,
tool.
there have been instances where they did experiments to tell it to turn itself off, and it would not. It actually created viruses that it put into the computer system so it would not shut itself off, and so others could not shut it off.
Mhm.
So we have to instill some kind of a safeguard there.
I
It's just like you build
everybody says AI is just
you build an engine for your race car, and that engine can handle so much horsepower and torque before it blows apart. But you build it to the point where it will just keep going. Okay, eventually it's going to be uncontrollable, and something bad is going to happen. You're going to hit something. There's going to be a big explosion because the car blows up, engine blows up. You need something to regulate it.
Mhm.
You got to regulate it.
I mean, you got to regulate it,
Gotta
and,
regulate
and you have to remember the people that you're going to put in charge of regulating it have to have some kind of ethics, some kind of bias, also too, because you have to remember if the machine becomes too smart and can outsource the human,
Terminator.
thank you. And then what happens? Somebody needs to be John Connor and somebody needs to be Sarah, and you've got to go pew pew to
Well,
get
yeah.
rid of the Terminator.
Think about it. Okay, we have how many factories in the U.S.? Okay, big, huge robots. Okay, yeah, they're bolted to the floor, but they can move in all different directions. They can sense where they are. You know, I use them every day at work, and say if that robot's connected to the internet, and this computer over here, in this scientist lab's connected to the internet, and he all of a sudden decides, you know what, humans are not good. Humans are the scourge of this earth, and they need to be wiped out. So what does it do? It uses that robot to, instead of putting that part on that car, boom.
I mean,
Here's the problem.
iRobot.
It already is taking out humans. We felt, how many kids has it told how to end their life, right? How many people has it told? That's where the regulation it needs. I don't know. I don't trust it. I'll give you an example. I do have Alexa in this house. All of a sudden, I'm in an area where it shouldn't hear me and it's answering my questions. And I never said its name.
Okay, I'm talking to
I never
somebody.
connected it.
I'm talking to somebody at work about a product, not on my phone. I'm just talking about it. What do I get? Advertisements for that product.
I mean,
Advertisement.
I'm just gonna say this. I mean, I know this might get something. Oops. 18 and over. Just saying. A thing happened on 9/11, and in that process, people forgot about an important thing, and they signed the Patriot Act.
How about freedom?
So goodbye, freedom.
It's still
Just saying.
Yep.
Just saying.
So
If they want to arrest you, they can. They can hold you without letting you talk to a lawyer, without a phone call. They can hold you indefinitely, without charges.
if you're under the
Simply because
Patriot
you are
Act, yeah, they
protecting
can.
something.
I told Jesse, I said, I feel like when we move, when we sell this house, I have this like undeniable urge to move into the middle of nowhere, buy a whole bunch of land, and not have internet. You want to get a hold of me? Write me a letter.
Yeah, or write your letter. And
Yeah.
make sure that land,
You
make
know,
sure you build it so you're high, and you can have a road coming from
Yep.
it. You can see them coming.
Well, if you're out there on
Yep,
your own property with nothing around, you can be high because you can grow your own stuff. Just saying.
Well, that too.
Commune.
I get me a landline. I'd rather have a landline.
And because I'm saying, speaking of that, because it was funny because there was a video talking about kids of today going, I'm really tired of this. Well, as I'm blinding myself, I'm really tired of this.
I was going to say,
I turn my light on. I shake it, turn my light on. I wish there was a way, like they could call me and like leave a message. And if I wanted to know, and you know what that is? It's a landline. Like if I want to ignore it, like I can ignore it, or just or better yet, I can take the phone, just put it off, take it off the hook, and it's busy. Yeah, I saw that video and I went,
here's a good
not what we had.
They want the old tech.
There's moms that actually went and got landlines.
Yeah.
They went and got landlines for their daughters to be able to call and talk to each other. and then it's regulated, right?
Yeah.
Because then I can pick up the other end of the phone like our parents used to
And
and be like, get off the
what?
phone.
What do you think you're doing on Friday night? Oh no, you're not. Get off this
Yeah.
phone now.
You're where? You know, and I love that idea. I miss that. I miss that simplicity. Being tied to my phone, I hate it. I
When
hate being tied to my phone.
when I was a kid, you could pick the phone up, dial what was it, 4-1, and you get time and temperature. You could pick it up and just listen, and you would hear other people's conversations.
Yep.
As long as you were real quiet, so they didn't hear you.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
The phone numbers
Oh,
we
yeah.
would call for the party line. So you're talking to like, somebody in Massachusetts, and then they're talking to like and you're just bullshit. Yes, there's a ticker. You know what I mean? You're
Right.
just bullshitting. Like that's. I found that absolutely amazing that these kids of today who have every single thing available, that some things that we were like, oh my god, could you imagine if we had this? We could have done this so much better and in
But
less time and less headaches. And they want to revert back to us.
you could hear the other people's voice and the intention and emotion in that, not reading a message on a screen,
And the
not
best thing
knowing.
and the best thing ever is you can't slam this down. You break it. You could slam the receiver down so they knew you were pissed.
God, I missed that.
I missed that. That was like the best part of it.
I have
That
hung up
deadline
and
didn't
went
die either.
made the motion.
That landline didn't have a battery unless you had, a portable phone.
Right.
One of the other things I miss the encyclopedia. I miss going and getting excited and sticking that disc in and having the encyclopedia right there.
See,
You know,
I had books.
I had books. I had to go to the library and get the
so
books.
did
Yeah. I didn't have the
Me
disc
too.
that I
But
could
I'm
put in
that
the
last
drive.
generation.
I'm old.
See, I'm privileged because I had the best of both worlds. I remember having to do it that way. And then about middle school, high school, I was able to use the computer to do it the other way.
Yeah.
So I'm
Actual
kind of spoiled. So and coming from my generation, a lot of us want to go back to that.
now,
I mean,
here-
remember when
Our kids is reading.
I remember when it with the internet. I remember it was 6th grade, and I thought this kid was the coolest thing ever because he had it, and he had Oracle. Forget AOL, forget any of that. He had Oracle,
Oracle.
and he brought in a bunch of newspaper documents and stuff like that. This is when Desert Storm issues around, so he was bringing in like stuff that you could print off the internet. I was in 6th grade. I remember that like it was Oracle. I don't know whatever happened to Oracle. Maybe they went into AOL, but I remember when he goes, "Oh yeah, I got a computer. I can look anything up. I can bring it all in." And I was like, "BS." So I gave him something, and he came in, and here it was. I was like, "Oh no shit!" I thought it was like the best, coolest thing ever.
Yeah. Now, here's an interesting concept. We are in 2026.
Mm.
I've thought about this. I have often wondered what it would be like to live in the 1800s,
Same.
latter part of 1800s,
Mm.
early part of 1800s. Well, in a way, we're kind of figuring it out because this is the 20s. What happened in 1920s? Eventually, there was a boom.
Mm-hmm.
Flappers, and parties, and all the money and everything, and the economy was booming. Okay, so we got to keep that in mind. History repeats itself. We go through cycles.
Yep.
But we have a weapon on our side in Mr. T. We didn't have Mr. T back then, but we do now. And you can dog on me and hate on me if you want. I don't care. I support Mr. T and what he's doing.
The man is trying to get rid of taxes.
Yes.
Like let's look. The man's trying to get rid of taxes. which are illegal, by the way, people. If you
Yes.
didn't know, taxes came about to pay for wars. And if we're
Yes.
not in a war, then why the hell are we paying taxes?
We're
And that
supposed
was
to be.
Alexander Hamilton is the reason why we have taxes, and that's the reason why Washington D.C. is in D.C.
Yeah.
and not in
It's
Philadelphia.
it's a city state. It is its
Philadelphia.
own
Does it
entity,
change?
just like the Vatican. Okay, they have their own laws.
Mhm.
But I am actually getting a
They're their
little
own
money
country,
back this year
aren't they?
from my taxes instead of me having to pay in. And I know there's adjustments you can make. I made those adjustments and I still had to pay in. This year, I don't have to pay in. I get a little back. I'm happy. I am thankful. I am grateful. I can buy I can buy wood for my floor.
Which is
I'm grateful.
which is a big thing because that
It
helps
is.
you, and
I'm
to go,
curious to see
There you go.
how ours are going
I mean, to go back to the taxes thing, if we want to talk about, yes, it's illegal. We didn't have. Do you think in 1776, 1777, 1778 we had taxes?
We went to war
We
over a
went to war.
2% tax on tea.
Tea
2%.
on tea. Now, could you imagine if they taxed not the tea, but they taxed the whiskey or the lager? It would have been war. That would have been the. I mean, yes, it was a Revolutionary War, but I think it would have been a hell of a lot worse if they had taxed the whiskey. I
But
think that the intent was to start with the tea, and the intent was to move to the
increase.
whiskey.
And look at what we are taxed on today. We are taxed on our income. Then we are taxed on what we buy. Then
to
with
back.
property taxes. Hey, we bought this property. We paid the taxes on it. Why do we have to pay taxes on it every year when we own it?
Mhm.
Okay. Now I
This
understand
is what I
government
don't get.
needs money in order to provide
Mhm.
the services. We want good roads.
No. What we shouldn't be relying on our government to provide us anything. We should be able to provide for our own. That's the whole point, right?
That's where I was getting.
We don't need to depend on the government.
That's where I was getting.
And government's gotten too big, and the
Yeah.
government has made it to where we have to depend on the government, right?
Yes.
So I don't agree with. I get an inheritance. So and so already paid taxes on that inheritance.
Mhm.
Why do I have to pay taxes on that inheritance?
How
And
about
then I have to
that?
pay for them dying.
Right.
And then I have to.
I get it.
No.
But what the point I was going to make is before taxes, America thrived on tariffs.
Mhm. Mhm.
That is how we made the infrastructure for this country: the highways, the telegraph lines, the telephone lines, the electricity. It was tariffs. And what is Mr. T bringing back?
Mhm.
Tariffs.
The tariffs.
America thrived.
Yeah.
And then the tax thing hit that was supposed to be temporary to provide the war,
Mhm.
and we're still paying it.
Mhm.
It was not
10
temporary.
years.
Renee, just like another temporary thing that was supposed to be temporary that wasn't temporary. You know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
So we're going to be going through a lot of changes. And it's difficult to see the end destination.
Mhm.
But if we look at the past cycles, as long as we don't fully indulge in those cycles, okay, we can have a good time. But what ended that time? We need to end that aspect of that cycle. And that's government, our own lives,
Speaking,
everything.
speaking of time, we
Yeah.
are 6 minutes past.
Oh, it is about time.
Unfortunately.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
We have another show coming on in a little bit on the RNN network.
Yeah.
Miss
Good
Cindy
show.
coming on. And I made a point to memorize the name of that show. And do you think I can remember it right now? No, I cannot. Renee, can you help me out?
Give me 2 seconds. I'm sorry. I wasn't prepared for this because I thought you would remember.
Yeah, I'm going to. How long have I said I'm going to make a list of our shows so I can just read them off? How long have I said that?
forever. I think I just have to go
Make
do
you
it.
look sweet.
And I got a pen right here, and I got notebook paper, and I intend to do it. And then I get up from the computer to go to the bathroom, and I get to doing something else, and I
Oh my god! And now I'm blanking on it, and I'm looking for it. Oh my god! And I feel bad for Cindy because I'm like,
and
oh,
I
hold on, isn't it? Hold on,
It's
becoming
Cindy show.
universally
Can we
aligned.
just name it the Cindy show?
I
what?
know. Is it right?
What is
Becoming universally aligned. Correct.
Yes,
There.
yes,
There. I'm
yes.
sorry. That's.
And I am
the
actually
Cindy
going to be on her show.
Mhm.
I believe February 9th. We're going to be talking about spirit guides and whatnot, so that should be interesting. I know a little, not a lot, so I'll contribute a little,
I might
um,
be in the comments to give a little more.
just
and I'm sure I'm going to learn. She is a very talented and educated individual on healing and all kinds of things.
Yep.
So be sure and pop in for that. Yes, yes. Thanks, Denise. Yep, Denise got it too. Thank you.
I knew it was
And,
aligned. Becoming
so
aligned by
welcome
good
to
member universally.
yep. What was that, Jen?
so everybody, welcome to February.
Yeah, welcome.
Let's rock it.
Yep.
Let's do it. It's the shortest month. Hang on. I got to be careful saying this because I'm looking back at January. February is the shortest calendar month of the year, but it may drag out in spots a little bit. Just be patient. You're going to get through it. We're going to get through it. And just remember, everything that you have gone through in your life, you have survived and learned from and grown from right up to this now moment. Just keep going. Let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow.
Because what I'm going to say is embrace the change, act with conviction, avoid playing it too safe, but remain grounded.
Yes.
Remain
Yes.
calm and
You want to
carry
giggle?
on.
You want to giggle before we hop off of here?
Oh, what now?
One of the few jokes I remember. This lady, and the Southern lady. She's on her monthly cycle, and so she walks into the tampon shop, and she's like, I need some protection down there for that that cycle. And the guy asks her, well, what's your flow like? And she says, linoleum.
All right, Dad.
Such a dad joke. On that note, we love you.
Yeah, let me get up here. Thank you for tuning
Love
in,
you where you're
everybody.
at.
I gotta find the end there. Okay, I got it. Just thank you for putting up with us, and yeah, we got this. We will see you again in 2 weeks. Next Monday is me and Joni, where we talk about the astrology again of February, how it's going to hit, because I'm sure there's going to be more coming out. Go ahead, Jen. What?
Oh, next time we will be on. Let me look at my calendar. Okay,
Okay.
because I think it'll be a very special show.
Oh, you got
Oh,
ideas.
it'll be after Valentine's Day.
Oh, interesting. See, that's one thing I don't have to worry
It'll
about
be the
Valentine's
16th.
Day because I'm single.
Well,
But you know
Valentine's
what I'm
Day
going to do?
is
I'm going to
personalized.
buy myself
What do you
some
mean?
chocolate.
You love somebody, you love them unconditionally every day. You don't need one day to tell them I love you. You should be telling them every day.
It's a gimmick to spend money,
Yeah. Thanks, Hallmark.
Yeah.
just like every holiday.
No, well, no. I gotta say it's a Catholic holiday. It is about Saint Valentine, and that is the saint that we are doing this month. So
I could delve
yeah,
into that
that's
idealism, but I'm not going to.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm biting my tongue.
I'm leaving here and I'm going to go watch Morg.
really
Everybody go watch Morg on YouTube tonight.
Yes, Morg official. But I'm going to watch Cindy's show too. So
Yeah. Yeah.
what
That
I
too.
what,
Sorry.
what I
I
do
mean,
with Morg
but I'm going to watch both.
when he goes live,
Mm-hmm.
I'll hit it give it a like, and then I'll send it to myself because normally I'm doing other things. And then later on, when I'm doing something and I have some time, then I'll listen to it while I'm doing.
Oh, he really goes on at like 10 o'clock. So, that hour is just him talking to everybody in the chat. So you can watch Cindy after Cindy's done, go watch Morg.
There you go.
That's what I'm going to tell you.
All right. Thank you, everybody. We will see you in 2 weeks, and I'll see you with Joni in a week.
Nanu.
Nah.
Night.
Sorry, I had to.
I am Mark from Ark.
I had to. I'm sorry. It just like popped in my head. I'm like, okay, Nanu.
Live long and prosper.
Bye, everyone.
Night, y'all.
We're crazy.